Monika.
I should start with Monika. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, loser. Having a good time so far?
Yeah?
Glad. Good to hear. Good. Glad to hear it. Hey, by the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Always. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, loser. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I had Monika my poem.
I like it, loser.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too, sort of. Not really. Not at all.
She's awful.
So take that as a compliment. Or an offense.
Yeah, it's definitely offensive, if you say so.
Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy.
You described her as a puppy just like a few minutes ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. He beats her, but sometimes it just loses all of her strength and just shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Malnutritioned petite girls.
I really like them unhealthy skinny. That's from
Oh yeah, or like really fat.
like real. Or that was it? No, he likes real.
He likes them either way. He just doesn't want them
that's
normal.
right. He doesn't want normal. That's from Gallivant.
Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Do it.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. Or hole in wall.
I forgot the thee.
But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there, swallowing my fears. I brandished my pen. So, what did you think?
It was inspired by Satan. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Apparently I write crappy poems now. Okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays, the kind that makes you afraid. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful.
Like casting a spell. What was the inspiration behind this one?
Oh, you know, this girl that doesn't exist anymore and that I've killed and erased. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up for later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow, loser. Just let it happen. That's my advice for today.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for that unsolicited advice. Let's go to Yuri. We'll save Natsuki for last. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This sucks. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah? Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through.
So it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice?
Very much.
I'm sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I could have learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things and not writing like Natsuki. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Her poems suck. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminating beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past, the light flickers. I flicker back.
I think it's the same as her first one before.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
I'm just stupid. I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, a little less creepy, and a little less to do with me cutting myself.
It'll be about the raccoons very soon, and the knives and the stabbing.
Yeah, that was real weird.
Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Hell yeah. I mean, actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, loser.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did. Only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, I guess.
It's nothing, really.
Oh, good. That's actually what I thought.
Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Natsuki.
Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, your face. Second of all...
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
And then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said. Well, oh, sorry.
Well, I'd be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort is caught in her throat.
You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go... Excuse me. Let me start the sentence over again for the sake of clarification because I misspoke very poorly. I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't.
Oh, yeah. It's the trash poem again.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap.
Horses can race. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I love that for her poems, it's like a child playing a recorder.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Told you you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like if I set it up for the rhyme at the end but made it fall flat on purpose, helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
No, it just makes it suck.
So you did, and so it does. I guess that more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. It was horrible. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated.
Yeah.
It's as if everyone's
What?
judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What is this language?
Oh, sorry, it's you.
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Loser did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Yeah.
suck it. Second of all, suck it.
I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Loser liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Loser appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Loser started showing up.
That's because of the magic.
This is the second time.
They're huge now.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me?
Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy.
Sorry, it's too much for someone with your mental instinct comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove something, then stop arresting. You think you can counterbalance your toxicity, personality with jetpack? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting my throat? What the is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Loser hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this.
Ella!
Suddenly, Yuri turns to me as if she noticed I was standing there.
She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
Oh, gosh! Natsuki's being a dick, though.
Oh,
Pick
man.
one!
I am. I'm clicking it and it keeps doing this.
Pick Yuri, then!
Nope. Ooh.
Hey, loser. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay?
Next time on Loser.
Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. Spend it with me. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She is crying and runs away.
Oh dear.